Hey, you guys. All right, so here we are. We're on Unit 2, task number 10. And what are your initial top 3 occupation choices? So if you go into your Mypace and you look at the questions you ask, if you go to the top and press occupations, it will give you a list of the occupations available, and it will choose the occupations that, according to your questions, they suggest for you. Now, remember, on our right, we want to start adding occupations to our favorites so that we know in the future what jobs are on our radar. So you may choose about 5 or 6 right now. That's okay. But you need to take time and look through the jobs to see which ones would be your top 3. How do you look through a job? Our occupations list gives you a description of every position. So first, let's look in our bell ringer. Let's look at your pathway plan overview. We're here. There's an example here, and you see Brian Tam. His name is Brian. And look at the page where it has his picture on the front. Each one of you will have your own overview with your picture on the front here. It'll tell about who the student is. It'll talk about your priorities. It'll talk about all those things that you answered in Unit 1. Okay? And it'll also go to the occupational pages. So let's go ahead and answer these questions one by one. What is Brian's number 1 career priority? Okay, so when you go and look at its page, right there in the middle, it'll say career priorities. And it'll tell you what his priorities are. Same thing for yours. For number 2, what's Brian's least favorite academic subject in school? Once again, on page number 1, down on the 3rd level, it has the favorite high school and least favorite subject. So it all tells you that on that front page. All right, number 3, what job do you think is a better match for Brian? Why? And please write a couple sentences for your answer. So when you look at his personal characteristics and his skills, you will see that his job opportunities are tied into that. Okay, so go ahead and answer that question according to who he is. Which section of the occupation pages was most useful in making your determination? All right, so on the occupation page, it will tell you what the job entails, how much education you need. So that's big. This job only receives a high school diploma or GED. So let's look at what Brian has. Brian, his education is some college. So he's been to college a little bit. He has a high school diploma. He can do this job. Okay. We have a salary match, the job outlook. All these things are here, the industry area, and I want you to look here at the training program areas. There's a training program area section under every occupation. This tells you what trade goes with the occupation. So the occupation you choose needs to match the trade that you choose. It's called a job trade match, and that's very important to us. If you're in healthcare and you want to be a chef, we need to make a change one way or the other to ensure that you're receiving the training that it takes to get that position. All right, in which job would Brian make more money in once he's experienced? All right, so here's one job, the medical technician, pays $29,170. Then his other job here is a tile and marble setter, and they make $33. The 33 has no high school diploma necessary, but he has one, so he can make 33 instead of 29. So that'll be the answer there. Which job has a brighter outlook? All right, this one here is bright, and this one here is also bright. So both of those are bright, bright outlooks. You can dig in further and see, but on this one, both of them have bright outlooks. So I want you just to look at these occupations, look at his occupations, then go and look at your occupations. I want you to look at the description of the occupations, look at the education that it takes. So if you're trying to do a job and it requires a master's degree, and you don't plan on going to college, then that's just not the job for you. But with that, you can go to the breakdown where it has related occupations. Look at the screen that has the boxes, 5 boxes across the top, 4 boxes across the bottom. You can take that job that has the degree and go down in educational levels and find out what job you can get under the master's degree. Okay, and I think it's important we learn how to do that, and we will learn how to do that as we gain. So take some time. If you don't know what you want to do, you can't do this, feel free to message me, send a message under here. send a message to my messenger or my inbox for the Google Classroom, and we can work through this individually. This is not like a quick thinker thing. This isn't like, hey, I know. This is something to research. Just like buying a car or buying a house or just like a relationship, take your time, find these initial top 3 choices and just put those down and why they interest you. Then also, how well do these occupations align with your work style, values, and priorities? Now, you may see an occupation on here that has nothing to do with you, but you just love it. There's nothing wrong with you placing that, and we can find out what it is about the position that you need to cater your style to, or maybe we can find a position that's just like it. Really, at this point, we can do anything that you can put your mind to. At this point, it's time to be free. It's time to pray. It's time to really self-evaluate about what you want to do for the rest of your life and write that down. So number 4, did anything surprise you while doing research on this occupation? There should be a lot of surprises. I think the biggest surprise that most people have is the fact that so many jobs are available, so many different types of jobs. And so like when you don't search for a job, you don't even know jobs are even out there. There's people that do jobs, man, they got jobs like all you got to do is monitor people walking in and out of a restaurant. Or all you got to do is make 20 phone calls a day. I mean, there's all kind of jobs available, but if you don't research them and apply yourself to them, you never even know that it was. So go ahead and do that. If you have any questions, put them below. That's a great job for number 10, and we'll be doing number 11 next. Take care.